everyone. Welcome again to another SQL session. So today I'll be showing you how to edit or modify existing values in your database. So quickly, I'm just going to go ahead and connect to my database engine. This is a Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. I think this is version 29. This is 2019. So you can actually get it online. Yeah, you can actually get it online and download it. Okay, so back to what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so I've connected to my database engine. The next thing is to check. I'm going to work here with a particular database. So while this is expanding, I have quite like about 1, 2, 3, and 4 databases. Movies. We made these movies together in one of our classes. So I'll be using BTM6, right? I'll use BTM6 for this particular illustration. Okay. Alright, so let's get into it. I want to first of all show you the kind of tables I have in this database. So I'm just going to expand it so you would see. So under BTM6, I have two tables. The first one is staff info and the second is staff salary. Let me show you the values that are inside of the database. To show you the values, I'm going to click on new query to open this particular tab. So while that is loading, I just want to show you what I have inside of this table. So when I change a record, you'll be able to tell if for sure it changed or it remained the same. Okay, to show you what I have here, I'll come here and change it to the database I'm working on. So the database I'm working on is BTM6, like I said earlier. So I'm just going to change it from here to BTM6. Then I'll come here and write my query to show you what it's in this database. So to do that, you use the select command. So you type select star. So when you do select star, it gives all the values that are in that table. In cases where the values are so much, maybe over 1,000,000 rows and all of that, it gives the first 100 or 50 rows, as the case may be. So I'm going to select everything from the staff info. So you see, I'm just going to type it before I run it so you see all of them side by side. So this is for staff info. I'm going to do the same, write the same command for the next one, which is for staff salary, so you can see them side by side. Select star from staff salary. Okay, that's that. So I'm just going to click on execute and run the two codes side by side. Alright, let's go to the results section and see what we have. For staff info, we found out that we have staff ID, their numbers, we have first name, we have last name, we have age, and we have gender. Okay, so let me scroll down so you see what we have. If I scroll down, I think I have more values here. If I scroll down, you see more. So these like the 8. Alright, so let me show you what I have here. This is staff salary. So I have okay, just 8. I have staff ID, job title, and salary. So let's not deviate. The class today is to show you how to modify records. Now, modification of records is a part of SQL language called DML. DML means data manipulation languages. And under DML, there are about, I think, 3 commands that are used for that. There are 3 commands. The first is insert, the second is update, and the third is delete. Insert was what we used for in the last video to insert new values or records or into our database, like inserting new values to add to the data. Update actually is what we use to modify. To modify means to change, effects change. All right, that is in a scenario where there's an increment in salary and you have to reflect that in database, you have to use the update statement. Yes, or someone's name has changed due to marriage and you have to edit the surname, you have to use that update. What we use in SQL is the update statement. The same with them. I talked about salary increment, age, yeah, maybe error in age, or someone moved out of a particular city and you have to update records to show the recent address. You use the update statement. Delete is the third of the data manipulation language. Delete removes rows, removes a particular record or value from your database. All right, so back to our query. We have seen what we have in this particular database, right? Staff info and staff salary. Okay, so let me take my first example. My first example is I'll be changing the name of Ezine, the last name, maybe due to marriage. I'll be changing this last name that says Oge. I'm going to be changing it to Kayode. Alright, so how do we run that code? Please follow me carefully. Alright, so I'm just going to come here and comment out all of this. Yeah, so they don't run. And let us edit Ezine, last name Oge, we're changing to Kayode. Ezine has the staff ID 105, she's female and all of that. So I'm going to be showing you how to effect the change on one record per time and how to do for multiple records or multiple rows at the same time. So to change this surname or last name to Kayode, we have to start with a select statement. Select is a statement or command that retrieves the information from the database. So select what? Select what? Let's select the last name. Then we're going to change it after using the select command. All right, I just wanted to show that particular record only. So I'm going to select last name. I spelled it correctly. AME, yeah, from staff info. Sorry, I want to take that to the next line, so I use my enter. Staff info. Okay, where is condition? All right, that's where you impute the condition. Where first name, I could use the staff ID, but I want to use the first name since we already comes out to Ezine. Where first name equals Ezine. Now, because I am typing in a string, I'm going to put it inside the quotation sign, right? Remember, this equals Ezine. So let me execute this code so we'll see all the records we have for Ezine. So you see, with this code now, the last name is Oge. I'm writing this particular query so that when we are done with the change, we can come back and run it again to check if our change has been effected. All right. So let's get going. To change this record, we use what we call the update. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to start with the update clause. So it's our excuse that update, yeah, update. So after update, you want to type in the table name you're updating, so the system doesn't go to update everything. Actually, is even going to give you an error and tell you didn't specify. Okay, so update staff info, that's what we're updating. Yeah. Set, update goes with set the same way insert into goes with values, right? So set, which of the column are you updating? Are you updating everything? So if you are updating just one column, you want to like specify the column name. If you're updating more than one column, you want to specify the column names, right? With a comma dividing demarcating or differentiating each of these columns. So I'm going to say set last name, right? So that's it. Last name to be what? Equal to, right? equal to Kayode. So because Kayode is a string, I'm going to put it in a quote sign, Kayode, and close the quote. So the last thing you want to say is, see, I'm going to go through this code again. Say update staff info. That is change an information in staff info. Set the last name of this particular information you're changing to Kayode. So you want to tell it where it's going to affect that change and whose name is going to affect that change. So it doesn't go ahead to change everybody's last name to Kayode. Do you understand that? Okay. So set last name equals Kayode, where first name is Ezine or staff ID is 108. Do you remember? Okay. So I'm going to say where is where. Whenever you activate the where command, it's like you're imputing a condition that it must satisfy to produce a particular result. Okay. So where first name, yeah, first name equals Ezine. So I'm just going to type Ezine in a quote with a quote sign, right? ZINNE, and that's it. So I'll run this code by highlighting it, because if I just click on execute, it's going to run these two together. So let me just do this and click on execute. So look at my message now. It says one row affected. Okay, so let's go back to check if it was really affected. I told you, remember the last time we ran this code we got okay, so let's run it again. Can you see? Now we are getting Coyote. It means that our change has been effected. Okay, so that's that about changing one record per time. You might ask, okay, what if I want to change both the name and the surname? You know, lots some people will get married, or some people change environment, then they change their name. So Ezinena becomes Zini or something else or something else. And the person wants to change both the first name and the last name together. Alright. So let's activate this again. To activate this, we come here and click on comment, right? On comment, and it becomes active. Then I'm going to execute it so we can check another person's name. All right, so we have some names. We have Ebere Ibe 109, Ebere Ibe. So let's say Ebere Ibe changed. Okay, so I'm using more females. Let me check coffee. Okay, see this one. This is Philemon Mba. Meanwhile, I see Ezine Kayode, just to be sure. Philemon Mba. So let's say he went abroad and decided to change the name to Phil for, so it's easier to pronounce and communicate. All right. So he decided to change the name to Phil MB. So that's both first name and last name, and we are asked to effect this change in the database. How do we do it? The same thing. All that you're going to do is that you're going to add two column names, right? So enter. I'm going to start with the update statement. So update. I'm leaving this so I don't mistake anything. So I'm taking the staff ID, which is 109. I'm going to use that for my conditional statement. So I'm going to say update staff info. This is staff info. I just double click on it. Staff info set. That's what goes next. Set first name and last name, right? So we're going to say first name equals name. So I put this in a quote. First name is Philemon. Now it's answering Phil. So Phil, Phil, say PH. Alright. And set first name equals Phil, comma. Last name equals what? MB. Remember? I'm going to close that. So after saying this, I want to tell it where to effect that change. So that's where I come up with my conditional statement, where the staff ID, right? The staff ID is equal to 109. So 109 doesn't have to be in a quotation sign because it is an integer, it's a number. Okay, so let's execute this and see. It says one row affected. So let's go back and run this code to check 109. 109 used to be Philemon eBay. Now it is Phil MB. So this is like how to update or modify records in the SQL database. So what about if the change you want to update is across board? Let's say salary increment. How do you do that to affect multiple roles at the same time? Let's try one example. Okay, so we're going to say let's activate this staff salary, and I'm going to comment out all of this. So I'm just going to highlight all of this and comment them out so they turn green. Once it's green, know that it is not going to run. All right, the same thing for the staff info. I'm going to uncomment it. So let me activate staff salary. I'll uncomment that so it can be active, and I'm going to execute it. So you're seeing there is salary, different salary for different job title. Let's say there was because of the recent happenings, they decided to increase or add 50,000 naira to everybody's salary across board. How do we effect that change in the database? This is where I come in. So we're going to also use the updates again, or updates. I know, don't get tired of hearing it. Or updates. What are you updating? This time we're updating staff salary, right? So I'm going to type in staff salary. Yes. Remember, after typing in your table, the next thing you type is set. Set. That is what ensures that your values are being taken to where they should go to. Yeah. So set, right? Set salary, okay? That's where we're working with. So salary to be equal to the salary, that's the previous salary, SA, all right, plus 50,000. So use your plus on your keyboard. 50,000. So this is it. I want you to look at this. So the first one is having 200,000. So you, by effecting this change, you should have 250,000 naira. True or false? The second one is having 500,000. It should have 550,000 naira. It will help you so that you can see the change being made. Please pay attention. So I'm going to just execute the code right now. I will highlight and I'm going to click on execute. It says 15 rows affected. This is because I have just 15 records in that table. All right, so I'm going to go back and call up that the entire list. Let's see if it has affected the change. It worked. So the first person has 250,000, second 550,000, and the same increments across board. So that is how you effect changes or modify things in your SQL database. So I hope you please practice more. Try to change things, create a database, yeah, give it values. Then if maybe sometimes you even type in inside of database, then you find out that maybe you are typing last name, you now ended up typing last name, like the E comes before the M, right? And it ends up being NAEM. So you can always go back and change these things so that your database is up to date with customer record, and it is showing what it should show, right? And it's giving the information it should give while upholding data integrity. All right, so keep practicing till I see you next time. Bye.